Welcome back to Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Fam the Fabulous. For more ideas, inspiration, swaps, and challenges, click the link in the description below to join our craft community, the Maker Exchange, on Facebook. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, all my artists, creatives, crafters, and makers. So welcome back to the Lovely Lab. I'm just turning the camera on right now, y'all, just to share with you my little process while I work on these tags to go in. One will go in this pocket that I created in the last video, which I'll put up a card up in the corner, and these two will go in the tuck spots that'll be in the journal, the Victorian Women of Color journal. Before I came on camera, I had already prepped this. This is junk mail. This is a Capital One postcard, and then these are just two pieces from a box that I had, some chocolates that I purchased from it was a farmer's market that we stopped at on our weekend getaway up to Blue Ridge Mountain here in Georgia. And let me see, my husband, he picked up a few things. Now, before I get into all of that, I prepped this with the gesso so that if I wanted to use the shimmer sprays or watercolor or whatever, or collage, I could, and the inks wouldn't soak into the paper. So anyway, so we had a couple weekends ago, we went up to Blue Ridge Mountain. We just wanted to, do some summer getaway type of things. And so we headed up that way and stopped at this farmer's market called, what's it called? I kept a couple of mementos. It's called Panorama Orchards. And it's an LJ. It says LJ apples. And then I kept this so I can put it in my journal. I love the little illustrations, but it's family owned and operated. It was a really cute farmer's market, really large inside. It's 2 stories, and it had like a little had quite a few antique stoves and stuff like that decorating the place. And it had apple butters and apple sauce, jars of, basically anything that was made out of an apple was in that place. And let me go ahead and ink the other side as well. And it had a train running across the top. Josh loved it. My husband picked up a couple of jars of sorghum, one for him, one for my dad. Now, that's not something that I'm even familiar with. I've heard of it in stories, but I'm not from the South. Came here as an adult, fully grown, So, not really molasses. I do eat molasses. I do use it, but very rarely, not very often throughout the year. So anyways, they had a little candy shop and old-fashioned candies in there. Some new candies. I think Josh picked up, let me see. Grab this off his desk. Josh picked up this. It's a sucker with a scorpion in it. Can y'all see that? Now, he ain't never gonna eat this. But he did show it to his classmates in his virtual class. They got a thrill out of it. I think I'm gonna have to go back around this with walnut stain. We'll see in a minute. And I'll probably collage over this. I'm not going to use too much of my ink, which reminds me I need to put an order in for a larger pad. So I know I'm chasing rabbits, folks, but this is the size that I have right now. I got it in a multi-pack. It came in with 4 different colors. I know you guys are all familiar with it, but that's one of the benefits of buying it in a smaller sizes, because you get an idea of which colors you use the most and which ones don't get as much action. So like for me, aged linen, I think that's the name of it, I don't use that. I very rarely use that. There are some colors that I do want to try in the distress inks as opposed to the distress oxides, because the distress oxides are more opaque, and I think the distress inks have more of a translucent effect, so you can still see through whatever you are layering on top of, more like a stain as opposed to a paint. I think that just answered my question that I asked my husband, because he was talking about one of his clients wanted their brick stained. And I'm like, what's the difference between painting it and staining it? Like, it's just going to cover it. So I just answered that question. And I know he probably, sometimes I'm sure James gets sick of me and my questions, because it's like, girl, why you want to know anyways? You ain't never going to stain nothing. If anything needs to get stained or painted around here, it's going to be me. And he would be right in assuming so. If he can do it, why would I? There's more than enough things that only I can do as a mom and as a woman. So I let him do the things that he can do best. That's called best skills utilized. Okay, you do what you do best, and I do what I do best, and that way we are working efficiently around here. Anyways, so I'm just inking those so I can get them ready to, and I think I probably need to clip these down too, although I may have to resort to a different tactic for, no, I think I'll use it like that. Yeah. So today's the last day of our school week. Thank you, Lord. This has been quite a week. I did not feel good yesterday, and you know when you don't feel good, you're not at your best performance, and my patience was low. There was quite a bit of classwork that needed to be done, some errands that needed to be taken care of, and I needed to put some photo orders together, real estate photo orders together, and get those submitted on time. And it was raining, and I had to take my dad to the doctor's, and it just was, it just made for a very exhausting day. So by the time I got home with Josh, we just got undressed, showered, and because we had eaten while we were out. I took my dad by this barbecue place out the next town over where his doctor's appointment was, and they have an extensive menu, and I knew that he would enjoy just being able to go inside. He didn't have to walk too far, which is always one of the issues that we face in trying to keep him mobile and active, but not creating too much stress for his body, because he has degenerative disc disease. So his back, he's pretty much always in pain, and because he's a recovering addict, he will not take anything, no type of controlled substance, so it limits him to things like Advil or Tylenol. And there's another not over the counter but prescribed medication for gout, and it's not a controlled substance. But that being said, I don't want to put him in a position where he ends up in pain just trying to get out the house to enjoy himself. So that's one of our challenges, I should say. But yesterday we stopped over at that barbecue place, and he was in heaven. Okay, you think I would have did this one too? He was in heaven with the menu. They had the chalkboard up on the wall, and up on the wall overhead, so like from the ceiling to about 6 feet down was how far down this menu was. And they had everything, every type of barbecue, this, that, and the third, you name it, they had it. And then they have this dish where, and I've never seen it before. It's corn chips. It's an appetizer. It's corn chips, coleslaw, baked beans, and something else. And he ordered that. They call it a pig plate or something like that. I don't know. But so he ordered that. He ordered himself a couple of dishes for the next couple of days. Some barbecue chicken and ribs, a quarter slab of ribs, a half a slab of ribs, whatever it is that they eat. And he took that home with him. And then Josh and I ate while we were out. And then I slid by and did the photo orders and submitted them from the side of the road just so that if there was an issue with it, I would not have to come all the way back out, considering the fact that we've had some really crazy weather the last few days. It'd be sunny one minute and then dark the next. Pretty much all day. That's how it's been these last few days. So no outside play for Josh. Poor thing. He's fine. He can entertain himself indoors perfectly fine. That's the type of kid I have, because that's the type of life we live. Anyway, so yep. Got home, got showered. He gamed for a couple of hours because he knew he didn't have to get up early this morning. He didn't have any live classes. He's got classwork, which is why I got an opportunity to turn this camera on, chat with you guys while I work on these tags. And then once I get finished here around 10 o'clock, we'll pull out the classwork, get that done, because me and his dad have a meeting over at the bank at 3 o'clock. So, and then after that, I plan on getting some takeout and coming home and relaxing for the rest of the evening. Might even pour myself a glass of wine, to start my birthday weekend off. And now, I'm sure you guys have heard before, I've owned a bar, a couple of them as a matter of fact, in my early 20s, bar and restaurant. But I've never really been a drinker. Because I'm 5 feet tall. I'm not holding much liquor. Not only that, but my body doesn't respond well to alcohol. I get this pain in my shoulder. Anything past 2 glasses is too much. I've tried it in my early 20s, but you know how the kids like to get out there and get 2 sheets to the wind. Is that what they call it? I've never been able to do that. Never been able to do it. I've tried it, but that's not anything that I could do and get up and go to work the next day. I've never been one of those girls. So anyways, so I might have myself a glass of wine this weekend. And I think I might head over to the next town over and check out and see what the Tuesday morning has, if that one's not already closed, because it seems as though so many of them are closing. I would like to try and find, I'd like a better paper cutter. I would like to invest in a better paper cutter if I can. Because here's the print, what's left of the printables that I have. Because the ones that I have one guillotine, but it's for a smaller size, and you can only fit the papers in that way. So that's no good. And that's not a good color for it. I may use this for the journaling spot. These are what I have left over. And I want to use, this might be nice. I need to do something with blue on for this one. So this might be nice. This would be nice. So I should do, or I could do that. Let's see what else we got in blue. Here we go. This is good. So I think I'm going to collage with this and then use some of the elements that I already have cut out. Yeah, for that one. And I don't know why I pulled this out. I think I was thinking the pink and the turquoise. It might work in this journal. Not sure. We shall see. Yeah, so this is what's left over from the kit outside of the pages that I've already cut out. I'm going to use that one as well. Possibly this one. All right, let me get this off my desk. All right, where are we? All right, so let's start with this one. And I said that we were going to, I think I'm going to cover this one completely. See, now I'm not a fan of, no, I'm going to keep that thought to myself. I'm going to keep that thought to myself. I I just pull that out, and then I'm just going to glue that down to this side. Yeah. I think I'm going to tear in color. I try not to get quiet as I concentrate. Like I'm taking a test or whatever. Okay. And then we'll take the end of this off. That works out nice. Yeah, let me tear off a little bit more of the top. There we go. And of course I need to, I don't know if, I'm not going to distress, I have to distress the edges of this just a bit. See, I didn't print this on a heavier weight paper. These are actually the ones that are left in there are the ones that I printed on regular copy paper as opposed to premium paper. One is thicker than the other. One allows you to print on both sides without it bleeding through, without the ink bleeding through too much. So this isn't, it's not a oopsie, but it's more like a, I could do better. All right, let me go ahead and glue this down. I may only have time for one tag, so I'll work on this one. And I am in the process of working on a new digital. I have some words for women that I'm working on. I think it's a great time for us to celebrate being women and all that comes with it and the glory of womanness, you know. Let's see. Do I have something that I would like to run along the side of that? That might be cute. All right, so let's tear a little bit of that. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to have to tear that the other way. Yeah. It's a straight edge on here. Let me make sure we're focused here. All right. Shall I? Or shall I go on that side with it? We shall see. Bear with me, folks. I don't want to put too much pattern on here, but I do want some. All right, let me bring out the journal elements. And something for texture. Yeah, that's good. Oh, and I found that this is a really good glue stick. It's very cheap. Like right now, they're on sale at Walmart. 2 in a pack for 25 cents. And they're normally, normally 87 cents, something like that. So if you see it, go ahead and grab yourselves a couple. I just put a few in my Walmart.com order to pick up on Saturday. And this is just crumpled up wax paper, folks. Nothing special. I'm going to bring some pink or something into that. All right, let's see if I got a butterfly or something with some pink in it. Or see what we got. that's cute. Oh, yes, that's definitely cute. Let's see. Oh, I like that. Do that. And then that might be the Victorian. I think to myself, that little girl sitting on that grandfather's lap is one of the women in the journal who grew up to be a beautiful young lady. That's my thought. Did you follow me on that? See how I just made up that story? No telling if that's even remotely what happened, but who's to say? We don't know. Let me see if I can find some type of fabric, something of a texture that I can slide in underneath or behind or on the side of it. I do, of course, have lace, but let's see if we can work this in here. Okay, that's cute. I like how that looks. The textures. All right, so let me go ahead and lay that down, good Lord. And then I'm going to have to back the other side with some type of journaling paper, right? Okay, what did I do with the glue stick that I was telling y'all about? It's a good thing I have multiples around here. All right. I'm not going to glue it down all the way. One because it's going to be sewn. Most of this is going to be sewn in, but I also like to leave a little bit to add some varying textures, you know what I mean? So that it's just not sitting flat. How do we want to do this? There we go. That's better. All right, so I'm going to have to use, let me cut that in half. Do I want to cut? I'm going to cut that as a strip. Go underneath. Yeah, I'll cut it as a strip. To go like that. And then that'll get sewn in place. So let me go ahead and I'm going to have to fully glue him down. So I'm going to use the regular glue. Because I'm not going to actually sew him down. The edges will get sewn down, but he won't. So I've got to make sure the family is secured. You've got to secure the family. Secure the family first, folks. There we go. And then I'll put a little down for here. I should have used the tackier glue. That is Eileen's tacky glue, but it's watered down. So I may create a zig stitch over here. I just don't want to impede on the writing space on the opposite side. This glue will hold just fine. All right. So that's for that side. And I think I need to go forth. Let me go ahead and put the other side down, even though that, yeah, that'll work. I'll use a wider glue stick so we ain't here all day. Yep. I'll probably do the other ones off camera, just so that this video is not too long, because I think I mentioned this before, but I don't have the best bandwidth out here in the country. And that being said, my upload time is ridiculous. I don't even want to talk about it. My son hates it because it infringes upon his gaming experience. He definitely needs a little bit more speed in order to have to be able to play well. He's skilled, but it doesn't matter how skilled you are when you have to when you get the lags. That is a gamer's nightmare. So I'm gonna cut around here, and then I'm actually gonna I did all that inking for nothing, but I'm gonna ink. This side with, what do you call it? Not vintage photo, the, walnut stain, something like that. And then I want to add some color to this. A little bit of color would be nice. Yeah, we're going to switch from vintage photo to walnut stain because it's kind of blending with this. The stain that's on here right now is kind of blending with, let's see. Yeah, we need to highlight. Let me cut that down a little bit more. Make sure we're focused. I'm focused. 37, yeah. Alright, so we'll just go along the edge of here so that we can darken it, and I'll fix that off camera. And it just helps to highlight the focal point when the edges are darkened. I could have did a better job cutting around these edges, couldn't I? And Josh is doing such a great job being quiet back there. What plans does everyone have this weekend? Or what have you already done? Because I'm not sure when this video is going to get uploaded or how long it's going to take to upload it. So you may see this video on a Monday or a Sunday, or who knows. But let me know what the plans were for the weekend, what you did, what you're doing, what's going on next weekend. Is anybody going to any of those like fall festivals? Anybody's got anything planned for the fall festivals this year? Is anyone brave enough to go out, venture out into this COVID-19 era of gatherings? It's going to be quite different, y'all. And I don't know how the craft fairs are going to fare this year. How they're going to fare. With all of the requirements for the social distancing. We shall see. I think that there's probably a good way that you can do some of your craft fair sales online, you know, through your YouTube or Facebook and Instagram. I'm sure that there's plenty of people out there that are, you know, inventing different ways to market their goods. You know, I have definitely done way more shopping online than I have in store since COVID. I just can't risk. I really can't risk it. You know, everybody has their different health concerns, and as well as the people who are in their care, concerns for them. So, you know, I think Walmart had made an announcement that they are experiencing lower sales. I don't know if that's in store or online or both, but that surprises me. I'm sure Amazon probably would say differently. But then again, who knows? The economy may not be bouncing back like we had hoped that it would. We just kind of have to wait it out, wait and see. All right, so make sure we're still in focus there. All right, and then so let me see. I wanted to try and use a stencil on top of here amongst all the other crap that's on my desk. If you saw what was on my desk, you'd be like, girl, have a seat. Okay, just grabbing some stencils, folks. Bear with me. All right, I think I'm going to use something easy. And something that I don't, no, let me go on this side with that. Let's try No, I want to use the texture paste. Should I use that? Should I use that? I can use this one. This one will be, that's too big. Let's use the polka dots. Polka dots is fine. Alright, let's try a little bit of stamp. Oh my word. If you saw this desk, you would back away slowly or ask me to. Okay, so that was the rec department calling, and of course, as I was talking to them, I was working and did that, and that came out cute. Let me just go ahead and dry that. Cover your ears. I'll pause it just a second. Okay, so that worked well. That nice faint little polka dot. All right, next up, I would like to, I got a couple more minutes here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of stamping on here to add some contrast to the front and the back. And let's see. Where is my, okay, Kelly Creates. Let's use the Kelly Creates stamp. And I want to use this edge. This is the stamp set I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I can't believe it was only $3.99 for this large of a set. Look at my hand. Look how big this is. And I want to use this. And of course, I don't even think I have a, I'm going to leave it on this so I can use the stamp where it's at. And I think I'm going to use the walnut stain on that as opposed to black ink. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And I'm leaving it right on the acetate sheet. And I haven't used the stamp before, so it may not give the best first impression, but that's fine. That's totally fine with me. Let's see. Let's go from the top. Let's go from the top of this. And we'll stamp off on the sides. I'm going to hold that in place for a second. And lift. Ooh, that is so pretty. I love that. Okay, so we'll do that on the opposite side. And go along the side. I think that'll work. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do like that. And hopefully that's a good impression, and it is perfect. All right, and I'll do it again from there on up. Oh, I'm glad it joins together well. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. Hopefully it'll work the way I want it to. Oh, perfect. Look at that. It looks like a complete flower. That's brilliant. All right, so I ain't gonna monkey around with that, because of course when I start doing something else, it'll ruin the whole thing and blah blah blah. All right, so let's just take a look at the one tag that we did make that took forever. And I think what I'm going to do, instead of putting a grommet up here, I think, not grommet, I think I am going to, let's just see. What should I use? What color should I use? I don't want to use silver. Don't want to use black. We'll go with, this is what came with the kit, the crocodile kit. And that's what I need to be purchasing. I need to purchase another set of different colors of these. Okay, so where are we at? want to go right about, bring that in some. This thing is not the easiest to set the hole for. Oh, there we go. All right. I think that is centered. It's not. It sure ain't. Okay, and then we're just gonna, that's as centered as it's gonna get. You think I would have marked a hole in it. I'm not gonna use the grommet, obviously, because she just messed that one up. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put some lace through that and you'd never be the wiser. Right, so this is the finished result. I went on ahead and I had to change the trim because it just wasn't substantial enough for this size tag. And I went on ahead and stitched around the edges using the zigzag stitch on this side and then the straight stitch around. So here is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you got some ideas on how to jazzy up and decorate your journaling tags. And until we're back here again on YouTube, guys, stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative in crafting. Don't forget to wash your hands, wear your mask, and check in on your neighbor and your elderly. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.
If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie's Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.